Hello there, friends. I hope life is treating you kindly. I'm Lubomira, and thank you for joining me today. I'd like to welcome all my crafty friends, new and returning. It's always great being able to sit down with you all and share my projects. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to spend a few crafty moments with me, and I hope you enjoy this time as much as I do. Now that you're here, remember to like and subscribe to my channel. By hitting that little bell, you'll get notified every time I post something new, and you'll never miss out on any of the crafty goodness. In today's video, I'm keeping the supply list simple and taking a break from die cutting, although I'm sure we'll be back to it in the near future. I'm sharing another friendship, or actually more of an encouragement themed card with a colorful background. To create this card, I used the Dollar Tree Chameleon stamp set, which is absolutely adorable, and some metallic cardstock in the holographic finish. Now, many of you have mentioned that your Dollar Trees aren't as well stocked as mine. It may appear that way, but it's not. I shop more than one store. I happen to be in an area with lots of Dollar Trees within a 25-mile radius of my house. There are 2 Dollar Trees less than 5 minutes away from my home. So all the things I haven't just purchased at one store. Additionally, it's taken quite some time to collect all of this stuff. It wasn't all bought in a single shopping trip. I think my husband would have had a conniption, even though it's Dollar Tree, had it all been bought at once. I think the same things you guys do. I watch other creators that do Dollar Tree crafts, and I think that my store never has anything good. I watch Catherine over on her channel do it on a dime, and Bargain Bethany is another creator that does amazing things with Dollar Tree products. I'm always blown away with their stores. I do have a theory about them though, and maybe I'll share that later. But first, let's get into this video. To begin with, I created masks using Post-it notes and some circle hole punches in various sizes. I used punches because it was more convenient and quick, but use whatever you have on hand. And it doesn't necessarily have to be circles either. You can use whatever shape you have as long as you have several sizes of it. Rectangles, hearts, stars, anything really. Next, I ink blended a rainbow background using Distress Oxide inks and the masks. I used the colors Candied Apple, Carved Pumpkin, Squeezed Lemonade, Cracked Pistachio, Peacock Feathers, Mermaid Lagoon, Wilted Violet, and Picked Raspberries. I alternated between sizes of circles and created a scattered pattern along one side of my panel. I went in rainbow order and overlapped the circles as I went. Since my masks weren't centered because I used the punch, there was a narrow portion to my mask, which I was careful to not overblend past its edge by adding a second post-it when I needed it. Now back to my Dollar Tree theory. I've noticed that the Dollar Trees where popular creators shop tend to be well stocked. I wonder if Dollar Tree does that on purpose because of the popularity of their channels. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it seems that the popular channels, the creators tend to have better stocked stores. Is it a coincidence? I don't know. What do you think? I love adding splatter to my projects, but I haven't really done so in a few cards now, which is really odd to be honest. So I made it a point to add some liquid pearl splatter to this card in both the pearl and the gold. I grabbed a dash of the powder and mixed it in with some water before using a paintbrush to give the project a few flicks. This adds a little sparkle to the background and gives you the opportunity to hide any ink blending imperfections if you need to. I added my chameleon to the front of my panel. I think he's adorable. At first, I stamped him in black pigment ink, but he seemed a little dull. I let the panel dry and went back to treat the area with an anti-static tool where I originally stamped the image. I restamped the chameleon in the same black pigment ink, but this time I applied clear embossing powder over it. After applying the powder, I heat set it with my heat tool. I don't immediately remove my stamps from my stamping platform just for this reason. If I change my mind or want to add something by stamping, My stamp is already in place, so I don't have to try and realign it on my project again. For the greeting, I stamped the sentiment, "You are amazing," in a black circle banner. I used the medium-sized punch, and to make it easier to stamp, I left the circle inside the remaining panel while I applied the ink. I secured the circle on the back with some tape. I stamped the word in VersaMark ink and then added white embossing powder over it before heat setting it with my heat tool. Next, I trimmed my cardstock. I cut a standard panel from black cardstock, then I trimmed the holographic panel to be slightly smaller than the black one, and finally my ink blended panel to be slightly smaller than the holographic one. I attached the black panel to a white card base using liquid glue, then I attached the holographic panel behind the ink blended panel, also using glue. Next, I used foam tape to attach the card front to my card base and my greeting to the front of the card. As I mentioned earlier, you can use ink splatter to hide imperfections. While I was putting together my card, I got a smudge on it. I took some Gold Perfect pearls, mixed it with water, and applied a few drops over my oopsies. I made the drops larger to cover the blemishes, but at the same time tried to make them look random and organic to the design. Lastly, I added a drop of clear Nuvo drops over the chameleon's eyes to make it bulge, and some shimmer pen to its body so that it stood out against the background. And that's it for this card. This was a fun and simple card to put together with lots of color. I definitely think it would brighten anyone's day to receive it. What do you think? Please leave me your thoughts in the comments below. As always, I am so grateful for all of you. I try my best when creating my videos, and I genuinely hope you enjoy them. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and please leave me those comments. I have so much fun reading and responding to all what you have to say. I hope you'll join me next time for another project I'm working on. So until then, have an amazing week, and I hope life treats you kindly. Take care. Bye.